Hey everyone, so today this L&D space we're gonna talk about what does IGV financial sustainability means, okay? In that sense of what is PD role and also like maybe FL role or IGV role as a whole to make sure that this happen as well. So I'm your host of the day. You can call me Sherbelle, your MCVP PD advisor in Malaysia for term 18-19. Yeah. So the contents we're going to cover mainly three things. How can I actually define financial sustainability in my projects? Then, what is actually the source of income in my project to make my finance sustain, my budget sustain? Lastly, what is profit strategy play a role to make financial sustainability happen? Okay, so with that, let's start with a little bit of pop quiz. Feel free to just take up a pen and also paper so that you can start to practice this together with me. Okay, so before I start, one thing is that in your paper, write down how many projects you are currently running in the LCs. Okay? Okay, write it down in a count of 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's go with the pop quiz. With every single LC project that you put down there right now, you need to answer all the questions based on the project itself. Okay, so it's a very project-based pop quiz. First question, in every single project, how many EP approval you need in your projects? Okay, in every single project. You cannot just put the overall total. You need to break down in every single project. Second, how many EP realization you need in every single project. If you are running NCR projects, you have to separate it into different NCR projects as well, okay? Third, how many learning partner you need in every single project, specifically for only people's projects. How many school you need in every single project. Lastly, how many financial income you need in order for you to reach level 2 sustainability in every single project. Nice. I hope you don't feel a bit scared or attraction by seeing you don't really know. I mean, if you really don't know, no worries. If you want to know what is the answer, one, you can go and ask your HOD PD, or you can actually just check your LC tracker, okay? Just click in the link and then all the LC tracker, go to IGV tracker, especially about the goal side, then you will see everything there. Okay, so next. Another thing that I would like to invite all of you to practice is also take approximately 5 minutes to see all these projects, whether they are sustained in the past winter or summer peak 2018. With the data shown, next thing you need to figure out is the context, why the project is sustained or not sustained. Okay, feel free to just pause the video if you want to do more research. Okay, so I hope right now when you are starting this video, you are having all the context and data that support you out whether your project is sustained or not. So right now, the thing is that I would actually want to ask you all, what is financial sustainability means for IGV? I'm actually abstracting certain data from national level. The data actually shown from March 2018 until February 2019. The data shown in this way, okay? So for all the IGV sustainability in this current situation, a lot of LC still fall into level 1 if you look in the current situation, okay? Even there's still LCs that in level 0. So just to let you know, the best sustainability level is definitely 2. And what does 2 mean is, you need to make sure all your product income is able to cover direct costs and indirect costs. Okay, so in that case, if you look into all the level 2, for example KP, your direct exchange cost is 24K and your direct exchange revenue is 44K. So you already earn around 20K extra, which is able to cover your indirect cost, which is 17K. Then you are in level 2. For example, level 1, you can only cover direct costs, right? So look into maybe CU. So your direct exchange cost is 49K, direct exchange income is 61K, but your direct cost is higher, which add up your indirect cost and exchange cost. It cannot actually cover by direct exchanges. So that is revenue. That is where you are in level 1 as well. Okay, that is how you define. So our role in PD for IGV is to make sure that every single month when we are renewing the data, your IGV product sustainability can always be in level 2. Okay, that's our role. With that, what does actually means by IGV product source of income? Okay, for us to earn revenue, we need to know where the money is coming in. So source of income break into 2 parts. First, definitely your EP fee. Second, your PD income. Okay, in PD income, it breaks into 4 different categories. First, financial partner, which is the external parties with project involvement. They sign MOU with you with deliverables that contribute to project MOI. Okay, for example, Electrolux, IOI Properties. Second, sponsorship. What's the difference between financial partner and sponsorship is that in sponsorship, it's a lot of external parties who are giving in kind or monies that they actually don't really care how you spend the money. That's we call sponsorship. Okay, with this part, actually MOU is not actually needed as well. So other initiative, for example, crowdfunding, which is fundraising event, physically, virtually, and also other initiatives to earn income. For example, a lot of LC is doing vendor sales, event profit, or merchandise selling as well. One thing that I want to highlight here is also why we are having PD this department or having this income coming from external is to actually want to ease the burden of EP. Okay, so a lot of global trend in Isaac itself, a lot of entity they're actually cutting down their EP fee already because it doesn't make sense that for our customer to pay OGV at the same time they also pay for IGV. That is where we are trying to evolve the model and make sure that in the short run, Isaac in Malaysia can be more competitive in terms of getting more quality EPs. How does it mean is that imagine if you are EP and you actually want to go for exchange, right? So right now, entity A actually offer me 0 EP fee projects. I don't need to pay anything. And Isaac in Malaysia need me to pay 550 as a fee for the projects. Which one you will actually wanting to go? Definitely entity A, right? Because I as EP, I already pay OGV. So with the funds that I have, definitely I will actually want to spend on something else instead of the project itself again. Okay, which is why we want to make sure that better conversion from apply to approve is higher compared with before. That is where we are doing EP fee. So to cutting down as well to make sure that long-term sustainability is being taken care because 0 EP fee is a trend. Sooner or later, a lot of entity is not gonna charge anymore. So same goes to Isaac in Malaysia. If you want to be competitive and we want to be one of the entities that is still growing in IGV, these are trends that we must go on. Okay, so next thing is that you can take 10 minutes for this activity to actually figure out how much is each project income we need to achieve in order to make sure we have at least 5% profit margin. Profit margin means profit over revenue. Okay, so why 5% is that IGV doesn't mean for us to earn money. Why IGV have PD or why IGV needs to earn money or needs to have income is to make sure the product itself can be sustained. Okay, that's why 5% is the minimum. So right now, you can actually open your DMF. Inside your DMF, you can actually go to your budget side. Okay, budget. So how you will check is that you need to look into the profit that we will earn. Okay, so the total profit will show here whether you are actually earning money or you actually have deficit, and this is the percentage of profit itself. Okay, this is a sample, but you need to open your own respective DMF to get the answer. Then next thing is you need to look into all this part, green part. What is the direct exchange income that it's coming from different initiatives? It's the things that you need to figure it out. Okay, so with that, let me go back to my slide. Okay, so with that, you are able to actually analyze the whole budget by understanding about how is your project income, how many percent is coming from EPP, how many percent is coming from PD, and whether I'm earning a lot or actually have less. Okay, so next, the things that I want to actually introduce you is also profit strategies. So this is something that we want to make sure that financial sustainability is being taken care, right? So actually, source of income is equal to profit strategies. For example, PD means that you need to make sure revenue stream diversification. So you earn a lot of income from different sources to make sure that your project can actually get income from external. Second part is cost reduction. In cost reduction is that are you starting to analyze, being very analytical in your project and especially a budget itself to cut down the cost? For example, if you look in your projects, the highest cost is accommodation. Then do you do accommodation cutting? Second higher cost may be transportation. Do you do mass arrival pickup? Do you do transportation sharing? That's a way to ensure that profit strategy play a role in cost cutting, making sure that the project is sustained. Okay? So another activity you can go through as well you can look into your DMF to see which profit strategy you are running and how is the execution so far. So right now, let's go and open your DMF again, and then you can actually look into a tab called Profit Strategies. Okay, so here, Profit Strategies. So inside here, there's actually a list of activity and initiative that is teaching you how to do the entire strategies ready. Which one you are actually looking into that. So the thing is that in your DMF, there should be a tick here if you are running, okay? And how to do it, it's the action step is here and how is the execution so far, okay? So there's a way for you to track your profit strategy implementation as well. Do check it out and see where are you right now in every single project. Okay, so after you check about your profit strategies, one thing is, I want all of you to remember this thing is a consistent routine, okay? Checking budget, understand the update of profit strategy. This thing need to go on in a monthly basis. Sit down with your FL, sit down with your IGV to figure out this entire thing out and put it as a routine so that you will always get the information and also always get updates about the entire project execution overall. Okay, so to end the whole space is, there's a few tips you have to know. You are always part of IGV product team, which is the things that I was mentioning just now. The role of you, it's not only taking care of partner, but you need to know your final MOS is to make the project sustain. Make sure everything that you do, you always take care of the big picture itself. Okay? You cannot separate yourself out from all the projects that you are running. Second, play a very strategic role to grow the product. Okay, that is where it comes in to the part where I'm asking you to actually analyze your budget. Which part of the expenses is making your budget super tight? And with that, can you actually do something as a PD to ease the burden of the budget or to help EP to reduce the fee itself? That's on you. You know, you can make a lot of decision or play a very strategy role in playing your strategy on that. Lastly, be very internally driven and externally relevant, which is the things that I was telling you just now. You have to always get update and information about every single project execution in and out. Not only EP, but how is the expenses so far? And also, how are we doing profit strategy? Are we cutting costs? Or for example, when you get in money, how is the money being spent? Where the money go? All these things you have to really know so that you can map resources to external when you're to gain trust on external about sponsoring your projects. Okay? So that's all for this space. If you have any more questions, feel free to just put down on the comment section below. And then feel free to also reach out me through Telegram or email so that I can understand your situation and give you solution on that. That's all for this. Thanks.